$5,700.
You'll be shocked when you get in that Sienna to see how much room there is.
It's a really good van, makes someone a really fine vehicle.
Don't let the cold weather scare you because the savings are hot at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street in Glasgow.
Just remember, there's no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Citizens First Mobile Banking makes your nearest branch as close as your mobile phone. It's easier than ever to access your accounts, check your balances, review transactions, and make transfers. You can even pay bills, and now you can deposit a check right from your smartphone, anytime, anywhere. If your phone is ever lost or stolen, your mobile banking tools are safely locked behind strong security. Just visit citizensfirstbank.com and learn how to take care of your accounts on the go. Mobile banking with Citizens First, wherever you are, whenever you need it.
Approval required for mobile deposit. Visit your Citizens First branch for details. Member FDIC.
All right, 46 degrees. Shall we do some archiving? I always enjoy the archives. We have a lot of folks who enjoy the archives. So let's get settled in with a good bite of breakfast, good cup of coffee, and learn about the past 100 years. I guess the replay of the past 100 years as we are checking it all out here on WCLU Today, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, and also brought to you by the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow. The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
All right.
All right.
Can we go down memory lane?
Probably.
Can we learn about some of the things that brought us here?
Maybe.
And we're going to be telling the truth for sure.
There you go.
You know, I've been kicking something around here, but
okay.
You know, the news person in me says we got to finish the rest of the story from yesterday.
Right.
Whereas I guess the person not wanting to get into a bunch of bad stuff, I just want to skip it. But,
okay.
Yesterday, let me go back here to 1928 from yesterday. You know, we had this fellow that was missing.
Right.
And a bunch of people thought that he'd snuck off to commit suicide.
Right.
But they didn't have that in the story yesterday. But today, they have the rest of the story.
Okay. It
says here, they found, this is the body of a fellow named Sam Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd been missing since December the 30th.
Okay.
But the rest of the story is yesterday, the body was about 250 feet from the entrance, and to find it, searchers had to crawl in the mud all the way to it.
Oh, wow.
When found, the lower part of the body was submerged in water and mud, and a gaping hole was in his head over the left eye, showed he met his death by his own hands.
Oh, wow.
The shotgun was nearby. In order to get the body out of the cave, they strapped it to a board and slid it out. So, you know, I guess in being accurate, or being, I guess, telling the complete story there, whoever thought that he had snuck off to take his own life, it turned out to be true.
There you go.
But he didn't make it easy for them to find him, I guess. All right, so anyway, that's that. The rest of the story, being journalistically
there we go.
responsible. Now, let's shape this thing back up. Let's go back 100 years to 1918. This is an interesting story. I don't know the whole story to this here, but it is said that there are nearly 800 men in Barron County who will have to pay an income tax. And as aid to them in making out their reports, the government will send an expert to assist them. He is scheduled to be here next Monday and stay 2 weeks. He will be found at the county clerk's office, and it will be well for those who are not certain whether or not they will have to pay or not to consult him.
Well, there you go.
So a few things right here. We didn't know anything about income tax back in 1918. The one thing we did know is that women didn't have to pay it. It was just men. 800 men.
There you go.
Looking forward to paying the taxes.
Right.
All right, so let's now go back to 1928.
Okay.
We've got this story in the Glasgow Republican, Angela. Miss Lucille Williams of Glasgow and Mr. Harold Wendell Fitzgerald of Newark, New Jersey were married in New York City at high noon on January the 1st. The wedding took place at the famous Little Church Around the Corner.
The little church around the
I didn't
corner.
know that it was famous.
Uh-uh.
The bride is the only daughter of Mr. and Ms. Frank P. Williams of F.P. Williams Furniture Company. She is a musician and of rare talent and a graduate of Western Kentucky Teachers College. So that explains a few things. We've all heard of F.P. Williams for
Right.
a long time. Well, the F.P. stands for Frank P. Williams. And don't know exactly how prosperous he was, but enough to afford a wedding in New York City at
There
high
you go.
noon at the little church around the corner.
At high noon. That
High
cracks me
noon,
up.
that's right. That way, you can.
I can just
you
show
can
that, like
array.
an old Western.
Don't worry about a clock. Just come by the sun's.
Yeah, there you
location.
go.
1938 Glasgow basketball fans, it says here, are looking forward to the clash between the local high school team and the Hodgenville High School at the new auditorium here on Friday night. So, 1938, what we're talking about is the building that still stands at the top of Liberty Street Hill up there, which is, it's involved with the recreation department
Right.
and senior citizens, and it's a gymnasium that we all grew up in. But back in 1938, it was the new auditorium, and I'm sure everybody came out to the game just to check it out. This was the announcement in 1948, Angela, from Red Cross. School at Red Cross was out on the 18th of December for the holidays. Miss Charlene Payne, who is a teacher, had a nice Christmas tree and a program. Everybody exchanged presents, and it was highly enjoyable. So what a way to wrap up school for the holidays, but they just got it in the news after the holidays.
Highly enjoyable.
Miss Payne had a Christmas tree and a nice program. And then she said, I'll see y'all later. On the 18th it was. News from 1958. This was in the Glasgow Republican. A singing convention at Little Hope next Sunday. The Barron County Singing Convention will meet next Sunday at Little Hope Church near Mammoth Cave. The program will start at 1:30, and Jordan Pace, the president, extends a cordial invitation to all singers and music lovers to attend and to participate in the program. So we've got a love of music around here, and anybody who's not from here is always intrigued with the name of Little Hope Church. We always, say, look, it's a really nice congregation.
There you go.
But this was 1958. 1968, in the news, Mr. Kenneth Van Zant is named the manager of the new Cardinal Finance Company at 121 East Main Street in Glasgow.
With a name like Van Zandt, he should have been like a rock musician.
That's exactly right. Well, anyway, the thing is that Mr. Kenneth Van Zant was a fine gentleman indeed, and did a really great job. And I think the first dollar I ever borrowed from anybody, I borrowed through him over here at Standard Farm Store to buy a refrigerator. And that was, and he was really good about it and helped out quite a bit. But in 1968, Cardinal Finance Company, 121 East Main. This day in 1978, Glasgow residents Mr. and Ms. Marvin Hogg worshipped with President Carter at the Maraneth Baptist Church in Georgia. It's always a big deal. And that was in 1978 to go down and go to the church where President Carter goes.
Right.
And a lot of folks I know have gone to his Sunday school class down there.
That's pretty cool.
And this is, it's a bit of, I guess we'll call it irony, in the 1978 Glasgow Daily Times. This was on the 10th day of January 1978. Miss Mary Margaret Pace has opened up the Gallery of Miniatures in Cave City, across from the Holiday Inn. Now, the funeral for Ms. Mary Margaret Pace is today.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. But she is in the archives from 1978, going into business to open up the Gallery of Miniatures in Cave City across from the Holiday Inn.
I've never even heard of the Gallery of
Yeah,
Miniatures.
sounds like a really neat place
It
indeed.
does.
That's right, 1978 it was. 1988, Ryherd Sports Shop is now open for business in its new location at 231 West Main Street in the old Standard Farm Store building.
I remember when it was there.
That's right down there on the corner, and it was a big building and a whole lot of sporting things in there, all types of balls and gloves and bats, and it was Ryherd Sports Shop at 231 West Main Street. 1998, renovation of the Newberry building is still under discussion by the Barron Fiscal Court. They were still, trying to say whether or not to buy J.J. Newberry, that's been there a while, and make it the county government building. And what happened was that's what they did.
There you go.
It's right down the street here.
Where were they at before?
Well, actually, in the courthouse.
Really?
That was before the, the administration of the courts, the AOC, I guess, either took over or bought or however they did that. The courthouse, the court system runs the courthouse now.
Right.
And so the government center had to be somewhere else. And so it went right across the street. Now, let's see here. We've got 10 years ago this day in the Barron County Progress, we have news of area servicemen. Here are some of the servicemen serving our area from our area. We have Matthew T. Hagan, Rachel L. McCullough, Ralph T. Vick, and Salvador Orozco. Those are some mighty fine youngsters who were serving our country in 2008. And it's very fitting, and, it's certainly a very important part of the type of thing, like in the Barron County Progress, where they put the names of those servicemen in there so we can think about their families and thank them. It's what happens in the archives.
It is.
And you can see that each and every day is pretty interesting. Even if we're explaining, even if that poor fellow who everybody thought he might be going to take his own life, and finally they proved him right.
And they just put it all out there, slim out on a
Exactly
board.
right.
Goodness.
We don't need any. They don't want you to have to guess at anything,
No.
They give you the full, cold, hard facts.
Ain't that it?
Gaping hole above the left eye.
Ugh.
All right, thanks to our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the good folks at the Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Really helping to make us enjoy bringing you the archives each and every day here on WCLU.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
What a way to celebrate the new year. South Central Bank has 2 special certificates of deposit paying bold rates for a big return. The 18-month CD features 2.15% APY. For the 30-month CD, the annual percentage yield is an impressive 2.49%. These CDs are available through January the 10th, but only to consumers with an SCB primary checking account. So stop by your nearest South Central Bank office to get the new year started with a great rate.
$500 minimum to open with a maximum of $99,999 deposit per account. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC.
Mild weather at first and then colder air coming back in just in time for the upcoming weekend, and we might have to deal with a round of snow on the backside of a pretty strong storm system swinging on through. Clouds as we roll through this morning with patchy thick fog. 64 and cloudy this afternoon. Drizzle, some showers later tonight, a very mild 53. Showers and fog tomorrow morning, maybe a rumble of thunder. Cloudy for the afternoon, still mild and breezy, 64. Rain starts rolling in tomorrow night, and as low pressure goes northeast of us on Friday, rain in the morning and temperatures most likely in the 50s and then falling with a chance of a round of snow in the afternoon and evening Temperatures fall into the upper 30s, and then the colder air settling in. Pretty cold for the weekend. Highs only in the mid-20s. The lows could be down into the upper single digits and low teens. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Are you following along with all of that? We're going to be into the 60s, and it's going to feel nice. And then we've got a forecast where they say the temperature, the most likely temperature, which is also saying we're not 100% sure, but by the time we get to the end of the weekend, we're going to be into the single digits. That is a roller coaster for sure. This morning, the barometer's at 30.16, the humidity at 95%, southeast winds at 6 miles an hour, 0.06 in the rain yesterday. It was a very hard-earned 0.06 because it seemed messy all day yesterday. 46 degrees now at WCLU. This weather update brought to you as a service of South Central Bank.
What are you? Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people.
All right, 7:01 at WCLU. And, we talk about, we're playing trivia right here. And you know what's going to happen today in trivia? Just like the archives, we're going back in time. And you know what? The sponsor of the trivia contest today is a sponsor that you'll remember. Long John Silver's A&W. Long John Silver's is going to provide the prize today for the winner of the trivia question. That's right. Talked to Mark Coates yesterday, and he says they got all kind of good stuff going on out there. I want to get I have a note over here, but they've got a special basket. It is, I think it's shrimp and cod. I'll find my notes here in a second. I carry around too many notes. But anyway, the big thing is today we're giving away fish and more. That's right. Now, you can't even, when I go to Long John's, if I can't think of what I want, I just order fish and more because it's good. Fish and more. But today somebody's going to win fish and more at Long John's A&W just for answering this question. Here we go. According to the Social Security Administration, which I notice I misspelled administration, but according to the Social Security Administration, for the fourth year in a row, what is the most popular boy's name in 2017? More boys in 2017 received this name than any other, according to the Social Security Administration. What do you think?
Noah.
That's it. Who's it speaking?
Joan Sexton.
Joan, now how smart can you be?
Well, it's been on the radio 2 or 3 times lately. It gives the top names for girls and top names for boys.
All right. Well, see there. You just paid attention, didn't you?
Well, sometimes I listen. Sometimes it's just there.
Yeah. Well, it is true. This is the fourth year in a row that's been Noah. Noah. Now, the thing... You know what the number 2 name is? Here, let's see how close you've been listening.
I don't remember that.
It's Liam, L-I-A-M, Liam.
Right.
That's the second most popular boy's name in 2017.
I have a great nephew named Liam.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a popular name for sure.
Right.
Well, you know what, Joan? You've won Fish and More.
That sounds great.
From Long John. I'm so hungry for that. I'd eat it for breakfast this morning, you know?
I know.
All right. Okay, Joan. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And, thank you for I love to hear that you're listening to the radio. Because, we're down here every day sweating it out, hoping you are, okay?
Well, it goes on when I get up, and it goes off when I leave the kitchen.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. It's Joan Sexton. That's right. She wins Long John Silver's Fish and More for knowing that for the fourth year in a row, the most popular boy's name in 2017 is Noah. Noah. Okay. That's trivia today. We'll come back and see what we can come up with for tomorrow for a trivia question. And we always enjoy seeing how smart folks are. I failed to tell folks, Markham, we'll go ahead and do this before we break for the news. Our person of the day today is Jamie Ballard. That's right, Miss Jamie Ballard is good as gold today. Now, she had a birthday last Saturday, and we're just trying to get caught up here. So if you happen to see Jamie Ballard around town today anywhere, you be sure to pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU. And a little taste of Texas.
50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
18 people in Southern California. Rescue crews are still hovering over Carpinteria and Burbank.
Watching a river come down of mud, in your backyard, not knowing if it's going to come over the fence or if the mountain's just going to collapse.
Oprah Winfrey has Instagrammed pictures of her mud-covered backyard in Montecito. CBS's Steve Futterman monitoring the situation from Ventura.
The rains have passed. There is no rain in the forecast today, but these hillsides remain saturated with water. Certainly the danger is not as acute as it was 24 hours ago, but officials say mudslides, additional mudslides, are still a possibility.
Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown.
We are heartbroken, obviously, for the loss of life and the search to find those who are missing, and we still may need to rescue.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe. Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
And Dr. Thurman.
Legendary Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit.
On the Live and Local 7 o'clock morning edition. Let's go ahead and get updated on local news. Live from the newsroom, here is News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. A radio play-by-play broadcaster who served as the voice of Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers for more than 36 years died last night at the age of 79. Charles Wesley West Strader was among the most prominent sports broadcasting figures in Kentucky, was inducted into the Kentucky Athletic Hall of Fame back in 2002. According to WKU Athletics, Strader covered WKU football and men's basketball for radio station WKCT, later called WBLG, and was involved in the coverage of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Sweet 16 Boys Basketball Championships. He was an iconic broadcaster in the Commonwealth and a loyal member of the WKU family, whose friendship and dedication to the Hilltoppers spanned decades. WKU Athletics Director Todd Stewart said in a news release by the school, this Hall of Fame broadcasting career was intertwined with generations of our athletics, coaches, administration, fans, and positively impacted all whom he touched. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife Sue, son Chuck, and his daughter Kim. On February 21st of 2013, WKU unveiled a banner for Strader in the rafters of EA Diddle Arena. His banner remains the only banner hung across all WKU sports for a non-player or former coach. And we've all heard the phrase that all the stars have aligned in your favor, used to describe a situation where someone is very lucky or things worked out absolutely perfectly. That was certainly the case recently for a Barron County man. Burl Watts was out on his boat recently when his day took a terrible turn. Boat trouble led to even more trouble when Watts found himself near drowning. Now, thank goodness Jamie Carnes and Jason Martin took to the water on the same day at the same time and were in the exact same place. Carnes and Martin were able to save Watts from drowning and help him with the boat trouble as well. Now, when it comes to helping, Carnes said it never occurred to him not to help.
Anybody's any ethic to him would never cross that mind to do not to help.
Martin, or as his friends call him, Butter, shared Carnes' sentiments.
It feels good. I'm just glad we could be there to help.
And Watts said he was so thankful that they were there.
I mean, they were there where they could help and didn't mind pitching in to do it.
Carnes and Martin were both recognized by the Cave City Council Monday night for their service. In other council business and financial reports, the restaurant tax come in at just over $36,000, transient room tax just over $11,500, meaning nearly $50 was transferred to the Tourism Commission. The mayor's report, where the mayor recognized Byright Grocery in Cave City for their Christmas dinner, which served 90 people and distributed groceries. When it came to speakers, Fire Department Kevin Jant gave his activity report for December of last year, as well as Police Chief Terrell Riley. In old business, the council did pass on a second reading unanimously to change their meeting times from 6 p.m. until 5 p.m. The meeting days will still be the second Monday of every month. A recent session of the Barron County Grand Jury's returned several indictments. 41-year-old Melissa Gale Summers, 45-year-old Danya Javar Pipkin, both of Tompkinsville, were indicted on one count of theft by unlawful taking. Summers will face an additional count, possession of a controlled substance, prescription of a controlled substance not in the proper container, and DUI. 53-year-old Robert Blake Hadley of Glasgow was indicted on 2 counts, knowingly exploiting an adult and persistent felony offender. 40-year-old Timothy Wallen, 30-year-old Amanda Wallen, both of Glasgow, were included on a single indictment for 4 charges: sodomy, first-degree, victim under 12, incest, under 18 years of age, unlawful transaction with a minor in the Illegal Sex Act, under 16 years old, and endangering the welfare of a minor. 31-year-old Michael Joe Patrick of Glasgow was indicted on 1 count of sexual abuse, first-degree, child less than 12. 31-year-old Ashley J. Coulter of Shepherdsville was indicted on 1 count, theft of a motor vehicle registration plate. 23-year-old Shaquille Jordan of Munfordville was indicted on 3 counts, possession of a controlled substance, possession of synthetic drugs, and drug paraphernalia. In a separate indictment, Jordan was indicted for 1 count of possession of a controlled substance. 35-year-old Beto Vargas, also known as Beto Porazos of Glasgow, was indicted on 5 counts: theft of motor vehicle registration, DUI, no license, no insurance, and rear license plate not illuminated. 31-year-old Christopher Jordan Maxey was indicted on 1 count, possession of synthetic drugs. Bail for him was set at $2,500 cash. Now remember, an indictment's an accusation only, and all individuals should be considered as innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law. 7:15 a.m., 46 degrees.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community, and decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. $5 Del Rio ribeye, topped with no anchovy butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouthwatering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse, now open in Bardstown. Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees. So whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green, or in Glasgow, call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
In more local news, the Kentucky Narcotics Officers Association vehemently supports U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions' what they describe as courageous decision to rescind the Cole memo. The association knows it will take a strong individual to lead this nation out of the drug epidemic. Since the 2013 memo drafted by former U.S. Deputy Attorney General James Cole, a lack of federal prosecution for marijuana offenses has had a detrimental effect on the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The availability of very potent marijuana sourced from other states has dramatically increased. President of the Kentucky Narcotic Officers Association, Matthew Galeson, says Kentucky law enforcement officers routinely interdict marijuana from states like California and Colorado. There's been a drastic increase in seizures since 2013. It's my belief and the belief of the members that I represent that greater marijuana availability equals increased teenage use, and greater teenage marijuana use equals more adults addicted to other drugs like opioids. Connie Greer with Brahwa says this week's pet of the week is Anastasia. She's an amazing 1.5-year-old Australian cattle dog mix and described as a gorgeous, sweet girl that would love a new family. Greer says if you think Anastasia could be a part of your family, stop by Brahwa anytime during business hours. Call 651-7222 7297, or you can also find Brawa on Facebook. Greer says they always have homeless animals in need of love, and if adoption isn't an option for you, there are many other ways you can help, such as fostering, sponsorship, volunteering, and donations. Their next volunteer orientation will be Saturday, January 27th at 10 a.m. Please help with the pet population and always have your pets spayed or neutered. Well, it seems there could be trouble in Toyland. The U.S. Public Interest Research Group Education Fund's annual Trouble in Toyland report has highlights items on store shelves that could be hazardous to children. Dev Gowda says cybersecurity with the use of smart devices is among their top concerns. The My Friend Kayla doll found at Kohl's and Walmart was listed because Gowda says it could compromise privacy. The doll has a microphone and Bluetooth capability to transmit audio recordings online.
It's actually been banned in Germany for privacy violations, and it is currently the subject of a complaint by several consumer groups to the U.S. Federal Trade Commission because it may violate the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act.
The report notes the FBI issued a consumer warning to consider cybersecurity before allowing children to use interactive internet-connected toys. Now, the Fidget Wild Premium Spinner Brass and Fidget Wild Premium Spinner Metal were both found at Target, and the retailer announced it did remove them from store shelves. Gowda said if their child has a spinner, you should check the brand due to too much lead.
If they have them in their homes, they should immediately take them away from use from kids. Both parents and consumers are aware of the negative health effects associated with lead, especially children, since they're most susceptible to lead poisoning.
This is the 32nd year for the Trouble in Toyland report, and Gowda says the group's seen great progress in toy safety. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. 7:20 a.m., 46 degrees.
This is Zach Owen with this week's Trojan Report. Worth Ethics Certification Scholarship Program has been offered to any senior that would like the opportunity to earn $1,000 in cash, $1,000 Sky CTC Scholarship, or a $1,000 WKU Scholarship. This program is not based on academics alone, but places a strong emphasis on students who work outside of the school day, attendance, career, and technical education, personal responsibility, and overall work ethic. To earn a point for your application, students must attend 5 sessions related to work ethics. During these sessions, students will be helped to complete the application and learn work-ready skills. Sessions will begin January 26th in the high school library from 3 to 4 p.m. For more information and to sign up for sessions, please see Mrs. Pack in the Trojan Academy. Registration for the 2018-2019 school year will be on the following dates. Monday, January 22nd, 10:45 to 11:30 for current juniors. Thursday, January 25th, 10:45 to 11:30 for current sophomores. And Friday, January 26th, 1st through 5th periods for current freshmen. Times to be determined. Mrs. Jones will provide the schedule. Sessions will be in the auditorium. Calendar Girl winners need to turn in their money for calendars. Winter sports signature T-shirts need to be picked up and paid for. Bear and Beyond the Bell tutoring and homework sessions are held in the library every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday after school. And any student in grades 9 through 12 who is interested in playing tennis needs to see Coach Rickard this week. Her office is located across from the cafeteria. Earn free prom tickets. Come see Miss Harris in room 27. Sell 2 boxes of chocolate and earn 1 free ticket. Sell 4 boxes and earn 2 free tickets. Prom is right around the corner. All FBLA members competing at the regional conference need to be preparing for their events. All written reports and home site tests are due this month. See an advisor if you have questions. You are invited to meet and greet the 1977 and 1978 Barron County Trojanettes basketball team, who were the district champs, region champs, and state semifinalists. Special recognition of this team will be Friday, January 19th, in between games at BCHS. And on the sports calendar, Thursday, girls freshman and JV basketball teams are at Monroe County. Boys freshman and JV basketball teams host Monroe County, and bowling teams will host Greenwood. Friday, Trojans and Trojanettes basketball teams are at Monroe County for a District 15 doubleheader. Saturday, boys JV basketball team participates in the Greenwood tournament and bowling teams are at Owensboro Apollo. Next Monday, boys freshman and JV basketball teams are at Glasgow. Next Tuesday, Trojanettes basketball teams host Christian Academy of Louisville. Trojans basketball teams are at Ohio County. A reminder that there will be no school on Monday, January 15th, in observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High School, where we value pride through preparation, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. An attempt by former House Speaker Jeff Hoover to go after those who he claims orchestrated the events that led to his removal ends poorly.
I think it's only appropriate that we adopt a rule that if folks file complaints against someone and they're not successful, they should pay.
That motion put forward by Jeff Hoover to amend the House rules was not well received by fellow Republicans, including Phil Moffitt of Louisville.
You will be held captive to essentially passive-aggressive bullying from any member of this House that wants to bring it against you if you happen to be aggrieved. And we need to stop that in its track today.
After some debate and a review, Speaker Pro Tem David Osborne killed the measure because it was written based on the wrong version of the rule in question. I'm Will Clark.
City commissioners in Paducah passed an ordinance to provide anti-discrimination protections for LGBTQ people. The vote was 4-1 in favor of the ordinance and came after 40 minutes of input from people for and against the measure. Bible literacy classes being taught in some Kentucky public schools may violate the Constitution. The ACLU has reviewed how several school districts are teaching the classes before requesting State Department of Education to develop teaching guidelines. In the world of sports, Kentucky ekes out a 74-73 win over Texas A&M last night at Rupp Arena after trailing much of the game. Coach John Calipari.
We're going to be who we are. And, you know, every team that plays us is going to have a chance. I mean, I got to give Billy and A&M credit for the end of the game. They had a chance to beat us.
Next up for the Cats is a road game Saturday against the Vanderbilt Commodores. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our technical skills,
Our math, our engineering skills.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills.
You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise, we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
In basketball from yesterday, girls basketball, it was the Glasgow Lady Scotties defeating Warren Central 65-34. The Barron County Trojanettes downing Warren East 52-30. It was Edmondson County over Breckenridge County 60-43. Allen County Scottsville ousted Logan County in girls action 59-36. And South Warren over Bowling Green 63-58. Boys action from last night, Barron County Trojans over Warren East. Actually, I'm sorry, they fell to Warren East. That final was Warren East 58, Barron County 52. Hart County defeated Campbellsville 63-59. It was Logan County over Allen County Scottsville 50-48. Warren Central downing Hopkinsville 57-47. And Adair County over Greenwood 70-61. Coming up on Friday, it's going to be homecoming at Glasgow High School. as the Glasgow Scotties host Allen County Scottsville. Now, a note here from Athletic Director Craig Cassidy that the boys will play the first game on Friday night. That will be at a 6 p.m. tip-off. The girls' game will begin at about 7:30, and there will be a little extended time in between the two games because of the homecoming activities. But again, mark your calendar for homecoming on Friday night. Girls playing second. The boys play first at 6 p.m. That's a check of local sports.
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. It was college basketball in the Commonwealth last night, starting in Lexington.
Lead into the post, deflected and stolen by Washington. Kentucky's got it, 3-on-2. Knox for the basket in the lead. It's good!
P.J. Washington making that steal that led to Kevin Knox's go-ahead layup with 2:28 left, then added 4 points down the stretch to help number 21 Kentucky rally past Texas A&M 74-73 last night. Amadio Diallo led the way for the Cats with 18 points. They next head to Vanderbilt on Saturday. Vanderbilt, by the way, falling to 6-10 on the season after losing to Tennessee last night, 92-84. University of Louisville men's basketball team on the road tonight against Florida State. Tip-off from Tallahassee is at 9 o'clock. The Cardinals are coming off a 74-69 overtime loss at Clemson on Saturday. Louisville's lost 2 of its last 3 games to slip to 11-4 overall, 1-1 in the ACC. The Seminoles come in at 12-3, 1-2 in conference play. For the Oblong now, Kentucky getting some more good news. They're keeping another key player. Junior safety Mike Edwards announced on Twitter that he is returning to school for his senior season. He was considered a late round draft pick if he went to the NFL this year. On Monday, junior linebacker Josh Allen announced he is returning as well. To the National Football League now, the Titans getting ready to square off with the Patriots, and while New England may be a double-digit favorite for Saturday's divisional round of the AFC playoffs, Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski was asked if the team is focusing on the ESPN article that claims there's tension between head coach Bill Belichick, quarterback Tom Brady, and owner Robert Kraft.
The reputation that coach tries to get us to have is just ignore the noise on the outside. And I feel like that's what myself, a lot of other players have been doing. You just got to keep ignoring the noise and just keep on focusing on what we've been doing all year.
Finally on the ice last night, the Predators scored twice in the first period and held on to edge the Oilers 2-1 at Bridgestone Arena. Craig Smith is scoring a power play goal, and Victor Arvidsson also lighting the lamp for the Preds. They'll host Vegas next Tuesday. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Discover Rio's best-kept secrets.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Well, we're at 7:32 from WCLU, waking up with 47 degrees, and we need to talk about the way the weather forecast is shaping up. It is the old get on the roller coaster, and we'll ride from mid-60s for a couple of days down to single digits by the weekend.
Dealing with fog once again in some spots. As we move through the day, the fog will go away. The story over the next few days will really be the milder air coming back in, but hang on. Colder air poised to settle back in just in time for what? You got it, the upcoming weekend. Clouds in, patchy fog this morning. Cloudy mild this afternoon. We're tacking on almost 20 from yesterday's high, 64 degrees. Tonight only down to 53. Areas of fog and patchy drizzle late. Showers with fog tomorrow morning. maybe even a rumble of thunder. Cloudy tomorrow afternoon, still mild. On a south-southeasterly breeze, 64. Rain, and then rain to maybe some snow briefly Friday as the milder air gets eroded out. Friday will have falling temperatures into the upper 30s late. Saturday, cloudy mid-20s. Sunday, cloud, sunshine, highs only in the mid-20s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stitching, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 734, 47 degrees. We had about, let's see, what was it, 0.06 in the rain gauge from yesterday, but it still looks pretty damp out there, doesn't it? 47, and this weather update this morning brought to you by your friends located at Propane Plus. That's right, helping keep those propane tanks topped off through the winter season.
Good morning, friends. Satan has and uses three tools or methods in his unrelenting war upon the people of God: intimidation or persecution, deception and lies, seduction and lust. The battleground of Satan is in the mind of men, women, boys, and girls. The devil seeks to darken our understanding of God's word and lure us into sinful living, departing from God, and therefore into condemnation for eternity. We need to remember that he is powerful but not all-powerful, present but not omnipresent, knowing but not all-knowing, seeing but not all-seeing. He's already lost the war to the almighty Son of God. If we hold on to the hand of our Savior, we will share in the victory. Go it alone, and we will share in the final defeat and torment of the great dragon, our enemy Satan. 3 verses from God's Word should give us hope, assurance, and confidence. Hope in Jesus, assurance of victory, and confidence in the finished work of the Lord of Lords and Jesus the Messiah, who has all power and all authority in heaven and earth. Revelation 2 and verse 10, be faithful unto death, and I'll give you a crown of life. 1 Corinthians 15:58, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor will not be in vain in the Lord. And John 16:33, where Jesus says, in this world you'll have troubles, but take courage, for I've overcome the world. So we can say, praise God. Get behind me, Satan. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Thank you, Danny. We've got to tell you it's 47 degrees at 7:35, and we've got to talk about some birthdays and some anniversaries today because, well, actually, it's no anniversaries as of yet. But we usually talk about anniversaries. We do so on behalf of Ralphie's Fun Center. When you're getting ready to have a party, you need to have that at Ralphie's Fun Center. And Ralphie's is geared up for some extra special fun on the holiday, Monday, the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And Ralphie's has some specials for you to enjoy on Monday, January the 15th. Now, for example, you can buy a multi-activity wristband for $10. That covers unlimited as available bowling, skating, mini golf, Time Freak. And if you're 10 and under, it includes the inflatables. They have laser tag, $5 a person if you have purchased that multi-activity wristband. And skating is just $4, and that includes the skate rental. Where did he say this fun is going to be? It's going to be on Monday at Ralphie's Fun Center. Come on out and enjoy spending the time with the folks at Ralphie's and with your friends as well. All right, birthdays today. Mary Jo Adams. Natalia Shannon is 9. Teresa Benham is 46. Happy birthday to Jeff Harper. Brenda Lowe. Stacy Lynn Morgan. Fred Stockton is 44. Melissa Barber has a birthday today. We have a belated birthday from yesterday for Keith Stockton. Happy birthday to Keith Stockton from yesterday. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Online here at WCLUradio.com. And don't forget the big special deal coming up on Monday. The birthday is brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center. It's their middle name, and they will enjoy seeing you out there at Ralphie's today.
Do you feel like your primary care provider really listens?
At Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
We're patting Jamie Ballard on the back. Now, Jamie had a birthday, I believe it was this past Saturday, but we need to work ahead to try to make sure and get her on the list. So we are telling you that Jamie Ballard is good as gold today. Her birthday was back last Saturday. If you see Jamie around, you be sure to pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold. From WCLU and A Little Taste of Texas, where they are going to have something delicious over there, for today, for lunch and for dinner.
Whether you use propane for your home or propane on your farm, the source for all of your propane needs is Southern States Glasgow Horse Cave Cooperative. Propane is inexpensive and clean. Have you researched all the propane can do for you? At Southern States, they provide propane for customers who heat and cool their homes, heat water, dry clothes, or even operate your standby generator using reliable propane. Farmers know Southern States meets their needs for seed, feed, and fertilizer year-round. But did you know they also are meeting the demands of many farming operations for propane in this area? Farmer-owned since 1923. Southern States knows your success is our success, so they will do what it takes to keep you in operation. Got questions? Come by our locations in Glasgow or Horse Cave, or call 270-651-6167 in Glasgow or 270-786-2045 in Horse Cave. Reliable delivery, reliable service. We're Southern States Glasgow Horse Cave Cooperative.
The Empty Nest Inscription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Well, here we are at 741, 47 degrees. We're switching live out to the Happy Valley Road, the corner of Happy Valley and Lexington Drive this morning, because that's where we find Terry Hagan at Bailey Gibson Buick GMC. Say, you drinking a little coffee this morning, are you, Terry?
Yes, I'm drinking my coffee, getting ready for the work day.
Yeah, well, there's lots of work to be done today for sure, because I found out yesterday that you're the man that knows all about some very special, just announced incentives that GM has designed to move some vehicles, and I want you to let the cat out of the bag, okay, Terry?
Well, I'll be glad to do it. I tell you, we've got some great deals going again this month that they've come out with.
Mm-hmm.
We're focusing on our Buick product line again.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some Envisions this month. They have got those, and this is on all 17, of course.
Yeah.
They've got like 18% off, which what that means to you is about $8,000 off of your MSRP sticker.
Yeah.
So a $40,000 vehicle, you're looking around $32,000.
Well, you mentioned the word Envision a whole lot. Why don't you give us the top 3 reasons why somebody should be driving an Envision? I'll put you on the spot, all right?
That'll be fine. I can answer that real easy. Number 1, it is a mid-size SUV. It ain't the little bitty tiny one.
Yeah.
It ain't the big one.
Yeah.
Therefore, you get all your luxuries that you want on one, as loaded up as you want,
Mm-hmm.
or as plain as you want.
Yeah.
You get wonderful gas mileage, and it's easy, economical driving, but you don't lose the space by it being a mid-size. You still have a huge back trunk area, hatch area.
Mm-hmm.
You have 5 passenger seating. You have your backup camera. You have your park assist for front and rear, and your side blinders to keep you from going over in front of someone on your blind spot.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. I can drive pretty good. I can't park.
Well, that my wife tells me that all the time.
I have several notes that people have left me in parking lots, different places, that they're not real nice about the way that I park.
Well, the people kind of like for you to be in the spot, instead of in 2 spots. But with the Envision, I can't say enough good about it. It is it's going to be one of our best sellers, no doubt, because you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and for less money than you ever dreamed you could.
Well, yeah, 18% off. I mean, that's huge. I mean, well, that's about $8,000 off.
Yeah, I can't beat that. Yeah, that's right.
That's huge, and you can get them in a variety of colors. And I may also just put this out there too. Now, when I say that you can get them as loaded as you want, you can get them with navigation, heated, cool seats, sunroof. David, you can get it with everything, or you can get it plain, and it covers all areas with this 18% does. Okay.
Once upon a time, we had a discussion that you had several of these in stock.
Yes. Well, we still got a few. We don't have near as many as we did after last month when they had the big incentives. People was buying them like crazy.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of good feedback on these vehicles. The people that have driven them says they love them, and that's people been used to driving the Cadillac SUV on down to Honda or anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of wonderful feedback, but I can't stress enough. You need to drive one to see the comfort and the smooth, quiet ride you get. Not to mention, you get one of the best warranties in the business on a Buick. It's a 4-year, 50,000 bumper to bumper.
That's huge. That's an Envision. Envision. Spell that.
ENVISION.
I got it. Anything else you want to talk about this morning?
Yes, I've got the cream of the crop, we call it, in the Buick world. It's a Buick LaCrosse. It is the big sedan. And they have got $8,000 pretty much across the board off on those. So you're looking at a $40,000 one for $32,000. And they've got everything on them. I mean, you talk about everything but the kitchen sink. Quietest riding car on the road, good luxury, sportiness, sharp cars. Again, you get your wonderful warranty on them. And I'll tell you something about them as well. You won't ride in anything that rides any smoother than one.
I think that's exactly right. LaCrosse, that just sounds smooth, Terry.
Oh, it sounds classy, don't it?
It does. It really does. And I bet you'd like to toss the keys to somebody this morning and say, drive one of these.
Yeah.
See if you don't agree with me.
Well, I agree with you 150%. Come on down to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC today. Ask to see Terry Hagan. We'll get out there. We'll get the keys. You can drive them. You might want to go pick somebody up. You might want to go show somebody.
Yeah.
No hassle, no pressure. You drive them. You come back. If you want to go from there, we will. If not, we won't.
All right, Terry Hagan, thank you for bringing us up to date on the hottest that's going on at Bailey Gibson. New incentives on vehicles that people are really going to want to drive, so you better get on with it. Put it on your to-do list, okay?
All right, buddy. You have a great day.
Thank you, Terry. Terry Hagan, corner of Lexington Drive and Happy Valley Road. That's where you'll find him. That, of course, is Bailey Gibson Buick GMC. 747 and 47 degrees now from WCLU. We're going to come right back, do a little tidbit news report for you.
It's to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341. Legendary
WCLU, good morning, everybody. Let me get the Tidbit Singers up here. Make this official, as official as we can.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, tidbit news. It's actually some of the more interesting news stories that I have found of late here, Mark.
Sounds
Jones.
good.
You know, in other words, sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's absurd, sometimes it's just, well, you be the judge.
It's always good.
All right. Story number one for today. This is out of California. There's a man in California using a cigarette lighter to kill a huge spider in his apartment.
Oh, my.
He ended up causing $11,000 worth of damage when the arachnid ignited a mattress.
Well, I can say that there's probably a few people that $11,000 is probably minor compared to what they would do.
Yeah, well, here's, you think about a spider. If you're a spider and somebody comes up against you with a flame, I'm running.
Yeah.
And I'm running out of sight. And, maybe like in between a mattress pad.
Seems like I've seen a meme on Facebook or somewhere on there. This guy's got a blowtorch and his house is on flames and behind him, and it says, found a spider.
The guy's name is Lindsay Wisegraver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wisegarver.
I got you.
Lindsay Wisegarver. And he's a caregiver for a resident in the apartment building there in Redding, California. He said another resident was trying to kill a massive spider with a torch lighter and succeeded in setting the pest aflame.
Attaboy.
Quote, it was a wolf spider, Mr. Wisegarver told the newspaper there in Redding. The attempt turned to a disaster, however, when the flaming spider fled into a mattress, setting it on fire.
Man, what the luck, huh?
Mr. Wisegarver said the flames soon spread to the apartment's drapes and flag collection.
Oh, my.
Firefighters responded to the building where the residents tried unsuccessfully to extinguish the flames with a garden hose.
Readily available, I'm sure.
That's right. The damage from the fire was estimated about $11,000.
Well, I'm trying to picture this scene in my head, and every place that I've ever been to, that's got a collection of flags on display. Not saying that it's necessarily bad, but it's generally some type of bachelor pad. Usually not the most tidy thing. So it's a wonder it just didn't catch like a can of gasoline sitting next to the bed on fire or something.
Well, I mean, the thing is, hey, here, let's get rid of this spider. Let's burn it up. Well, the spider was flame retardant, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, the little hairs on there probably. I can hear the conversation. Hey man, watch this.
Some people don't like spiders.
Well, everybody's got their thing, Henry. I don't know. Some people got spiders. Some people got bees or snakes. Or my wife has snakes. I told her, being a Jones, it's not unlikely the Indiana Jones scene. And she's shut up, just shut up.
Snakes on a plane.
Oh my, yep.
All right, here's one for you. This is I've read this story. I want to make sure I don't walk into a corner here because this is one way to punish yourself. Okay.
All right.
There's a North Carolina man who came in last in his fantasy football league. So he's drawn attention for his unusual punishment, which is spending 24 hours in a Waffle House.
Well, that sounds awful.
Justin Poliachik of Wilmington, North Carolina, settled into his local Waffle House eatery at 7 o'clock Thursday night with a sign on his table explaining his presence.
I'm a fan of Long John Silver's, but I like Waffle House.
I lost fantasy football, so I must stay 24 hours in this Waffle House, the sign stated, with a disclaimer at the bottom saying, minus 20 minutes for each waffle consumed.
They'd have to roll me out of there, I'm telling you.
Poliachik ended up eating 7 waffles, earning him enough credit to end his eatery vigil after 21 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I could have probably done some damage there. I could have helped the guy out, I believe.
He said he knew his season was going poorly early on when the New York Giants' Odell Beckham Jr. was sidelined with an injury. I did not think I was going to lose, he said, but you know what? He did.
Yeah.
24 hours in a Waffle House is considered by this character punishment.
So, are you a fan, Henry?
Oh, yeah. What I like about Waffle House is that these, the intelligence of these cooks, that people just yell it out to them and then they just do it.
It's amazing. We stopped at about, to tell you what kind of evening we had, I stopped at about 5 in the morning with my wife and a friend and on the way back from Nashville once, and you know, they bark out those orders, and it's how they arrange it on the plate.
Yeah.
So they they put the certain things on the plate in a certain way, and then they can tell.
It's very. I mean, you got to have some intelligence to do that.
Well, that and it's incredibly busy, and you got one guy back there cooking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of wives, our final story here.
Yeah. By the way, yesterday the gunshot firing, that brought quite the conversation up.
Makes you think, if not listen.
Well, the wife, she sent a message. She said, "Well, I guess he should have listened."
Yeah, that's right.
If you didn't catch it yesterday,
learning to listen.
Yeah, it's something about a guy got shot at by his wife and was sitting on a toilet, and apparently that resonated with some of our listeners.
Yeah, just you do need to listen.
Yeah, indeed.
And finally, there's a 50-year-old Muslim man from Uganda. His name is Mohammed Sesmanda.
Okay.
He made news headlines all over Africa last month when he married 3 women in a single ceremony.
Wow.
Because he could not afford to marry them separately. You talk about economy of scale.
Now that man right there, that there is a smart individual.
I got 3 girls I want to marry, and to save money, I'm going to have one ceremony. Mr. Samanda is a food vendor in the town of Katabi in Uganda's Waliso district. Caused quite a shock when he showed up at the local parish with 3 women all wearing white wedding gowns.
Oh, my.
He told reporters on the scene that his wives all know that he isn't doing very well financially, but they all agreed to marry him out of love. The 50-year-old added the women aren't jealous of each other, and they know that he will work very hard to support them. Quote, "My wives are not jealous against each other. Good enough. Each has got a home, and I promise to work harder and support them," the man said, adding that he opted for a single wedding ceremony because he just couldn't afford to pay for 3 weddings. Who can?
Well, I was going to say, he's not going to be able to afford a new belt. He's going to need one because he's probably not going to have any hind end left to chew it off.
That's right. His brides are 48-year-old Salamut Nadiawugi, 27-year-old Jamio Nakaliza, and Mastula Namwanji, who is 24. They were all overjoyed during the ceremony. They seemed to enjoy the attention.
Well, I can tell you that he said that they weren't jealous. He must have never met a woman there, because I'm sure old Woogie and Medulla Oblongata there is guarantee you they are jealous. I guarantee you that.
Polygamy is frowned upon even in most Muslim countries, with many believing that it's only acceptable for the sake of widows and orphans with no means to support themselves. So this guy, Muhammad, he's pretty crafty. He's drawn some criticism.
Well,
but he's saving money.
Crafty or
whatever.
Signed up for a death wish, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got 3 wives.
Why would you want 3 wives?
Well, I mean,
I love my wife to death, but I just want one.
Yeah, well, this guy is apparently he feels like he needs 3.
Yeah, well, maybe.
What can you say?
Oh, a lot of loving.
That's right. That's what we have in the way of tidbit news.
God bless him.
For today.
Fall has officially arrived, and while the cooler weather will put an end to the battle against the summer heat, the battle with bugs will wage on. Pests like roaches, ants, and even termites are a year-round threat here in south-central Kentucky. But luckily, you can trust the experts at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. You can feel good knowing that Arrow Exterminators uses the most environmentally responsible treatments available today, and they back all services with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So whether you are seeing ants in the kitchen or just want to set up preventative service, you can trust the professionals at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free. Schedule a free whole home evaluation today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or arrowexterminators.com. It's not just pest control. It's Arrow Exterminators Pest Control.
Yeah, and if you ever felt like, burning down a spider, call Arrow Pest Control because they can do it for you very efficiently. Don't get that urge to burn down the apartment just to kill the spider. But some folks don't like spiders, so much so that they would take a flame to anything. That's what we have. Are you turning that microphone over there?
I did. I just was going to say good day to our internet viewers.
Okay,
we're getting ready to sign off here, and thanks for tuning in. A little technical difficulties this morning, but we made it through it, and hope you guys have a good day.
We're technically oriented.
Yeah, that's us.
All right. Okay, very good. And we're coming up with the news you depend on, the Live and Local. 8 o'clock morning edition is coming your way straight ahead. Angela Briggs will report that at the top of the hour. Y'all be sure and take us with you. We are quite portable, you know.